Here we are at the door. Been a whole month. Been away from my family. Hi. I was having so much anxiety coming here. Nice to see you.
Why Kody's ponytail thirst trap is the least weird thing about his polygamous disaster. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Robyn was so thrilled at Janelle and Kody's coronavirus reunion. Peak awkward family drama. Honestly, it's hilarious how Robyn supports these relationships. Kody was not happy being away from Janelle for so long, and that ponytail? Totally intentional. A thirst trap aimed right at Janelle. If Robyn hadn't been around, you know what would have happened. The scene cutting between Janelle and Kody racing to reunite was loaded with tension, like something major was about to go down. Probably if the kids weren't there, because she was clearly the cockblocker. Janelle is the real deal. Kody never smiled like that at Robyn. He even admitted Janelle leaving hurt him the most because she was sweet, fun, business smart, loves concerts and adventure. Basically, the wife he actually liked. So if Janelle was his unofficial favorite, why ditch her for Robyn, or all of them? Here's the kicker. Kody never threw Janelle under the bus like he did Mary and Christine, telling them he never loved them and felt stuck. Nope, Janelle was different. Ironically, she's the only one who said she didn't want him full-time. Guess that was a deal breaker. Rewatching Season 4, Episode 1 or 2, the one with Christine's birthday helicopter ride, Kody gushes about lightning bolts and being head over heels when he met her. Yet later, he claims he never loved her. Classic Kody, say one thing, do another. Also, Robyn basically steals memories, like the lightning bolt story and that family painting, an exact copy of Christine's with Kody and the kids. Robyn and her kids never sat for it. Creepy much. Kody probably enjoyed Janelle because she didn't worship his ego like Robyn and her kids do. As Janelle's kids grew older, they started holding Kody accountable, which he hated. No wonder she wanted space. She didn't want him 24/7, and polygamy suited her because of that. Kody probably wanted a monogamous life with Janelle, but she wasn't having it. Instead, he labeled her as only wanting him for sex. Ew. Honestly, thinking about Kody and boners, instant nausea. But hey, there's a lid for every pot, right? The thought of him with a boner is perfect birth control. Janelle knows exactly where the money went and doesn't need Kody like Robyn does, who's basically a cave person. Kody's awkward smiles scream, I'm here for the cameras, not because I love my family. Nightmare fuel. Kody wants Janelle's personality packed into Robyn's body. He likes that Janelle is attractive, but his ego is fueled by flaunting a hot wife. He expected Janelle to be the shadow wife who waited patiently. Joke's on him. Janelle's the total package and a smoke show. He even dry humped her on that camping trip, so he's definitely attracted to her. Their sex life? Probably the most active. But Kody's real motivation? To prove he can score this skinny hot wife because of his massive insecurities. Janelle is the only one Kody truly loved. He thought she'd wait forever. Spoiler, she didn't, but he's still holding out hope. And Robyn? Dying inside every time Kody brings all this up. Kody's wife hierarchy is clear. Robyn, the shy and pretty wife. Mary, the workhorse. Christine, the party planner. And Janelle, his intellectual partner. The one who validates his deep thinking and lets him feel manly while treating him like meat. Gross. At the end of the day, all his wives are baby factories, ego boosters, and entertainment. Tax-wise, he probably claimed whichever kids he could as minors, then stopped caring once they grew up. Classic Kody. Mary and Kody grew apart, probably due to infertility pressures. Christine? A marriage of status. She was the royalty and didn't worship Kody, which crushed his fragile ego. Robyn? The shiny new toy who's now just a drama magnet. Her kids never leave, she shops nonstop, and contributes zero. Janelle? She gave him sons, worked hard, was frugal, and fed his ego by pretending he was hot. Probably the perfect poly wife, until he forced her to choose between her kids and him. Spoiler alert, she chose her kids. And yes, Robyn is the insecure one who can't leave him alone with his family for 2 seconds. Kody's awkward family moments and forced smiles scream camera ready, not genuine love. Maybe someday Kody will crawl back to Janelle because Robyn's just too much work. If not, they'll probably be friends forever if he hadn't treated her kids like crap. And poor Garrison, with Maddie not being a Kody fan, it seems these women finally see the cult for what it is and want better for their kids. Oh, and about that awkward moment at Mary's mom's funeral where Kody was kissing Janelle? Yeah, not his finest hour. In conclusion, Kody is all about the image and cameras, Robyn is a model, diesel jeans, y'all, and Janelle is the real MVP who actually had a relationship with him. The rest? Just props in Kody's sad little reality show. Why does Robyn's planned family reunion excuse for keeping her house make zero financial sense? Spoiler, it's the worst excuse you'll hear all season. In episode 5, they're all discussing the unsold Vegas houses and debating lowering the prices. Robyn, she's losing it over the price cuts, but here's the hilarious part. She hasn't even cleaned out her own house yet. How do you expect to sell a place still full of stuff? She's ranting about the price drop like she's actually helping, but really, doing nothing won't move the house. Then there's her classic excuse. She needs the house for a planned family reunion. Except this reunion isn't for months, almost a year away. Financially and logically, it makes no sense. If it were me, I'd say, we can't afford 6 mortgages, so I'm out. Let's rent a place for the reunion. But no, she just drops that excuse and leaves it at that. Meanwhile, one of the other wives still has stuff in her house and insists on hosting a huge family reunion there, also not anytime soon. It's baffling and makes zero sense. Were the original group even invited to that reunion? Probably not. They're not really family, and Robyn never really made an effort. It's like she expects money to be an endless supply and everyone to just deal with it. Speaking of family, her relatives rarely appear on camera except for her mother. At every event, tents are set up to hide the friends and family from filming. That either means they're embarrassed or just want no part of the drama. Then there's the so-called lifestyle they claim to reject but clearly don't follow: women not voting or driving, backstabbing for men. It's a twisted cycle disguised as tradition or spirituality. Meanwhile, some of the wives break free and choose better paths. Back to the houses. Robyn's was the only one with a finished backyard and no road behind it, which probably helped its value. But she never shared the financial load with the kids. She hoarded 4 huge U-Haul trucks filled with stuff, parked for months, racking up thousands in rental fees. What was left behind? Clearly, she never intended to clean or prepare the house to sell. Then there's the real estate agent who got sidelined after one wife stepped down. Predictions about quick sales were way off, and market advice wasn't much better. Robyn listed her house months after moving out, citing the reunion excuse that didn't hold up. The reunion was almost a year away. She hadn't even packed, and other wives had to send their kids over to help her move. She was the least prepared despite leading the move. There's a theory Robyn was holding onto her Vegas house, funded by family money, hoping to keep it as her own asset. Another wife caught on and held onto her own house to force Robyn to list hers. Once the others' houses didn't sell, the family cash flow stalled, and Robyn finally listed, but only after the family was more financially stable. Clever move. And let's not forget Kody, who apparently treated Robyn like his only wife financially from the start. She wanted to be the only one with property in her name, a classic power move. Watching this all unfold feels like a chess game where everyone else is playing strategy, and Robyn is just rearranging her own pieces. If you think polygamy is all about love, you haven't seen what really happens behind closed doors. I think I've figured out what Kody wanted. It all centers on his ego and need for attention. He took each thing the wives wanted most, their greatest strength or weakness, and used it against them. He wanted Christine to beg him for sex. He knew she wanted to feel wanted and attractive, and he wanted her to push and beg him to want her. When she didn't, and found someone who wanted all of her, it hurt his ego deeply. He couldn't stand that she had the confidence to leave, stay gone, and find happiness elsewhere. It broke him. He wanted Janelle to beg for his company. He stormed out of her apartment and gave her the silent treatment, expecting her to chase him. When she didn't, he tried other ways to get her to beg for his attention, but it failed. He expected her to come back and grovel, and she didn't. He wanted Mary to beg for his love. He treated her poorly and gave her lists of things to do, hoping she'd beg for his affection. When she walked away, it was a blow to his ego. She wasn't going to work for his love because he wasn't worth it. Robyn and her kids catered to his ego and make him feel special, so he made her the center. It's not about love, but about ego. As long as she feeds his ego, and he feeds her need for material things, their relationship works. Kody can't punish Christine by using money, so he's used Koyopass as leverage to try to lure Mary and Janelle back to grovel, but it's failing. He can't stand that 3 women decided he wasn't worth the effort. He is the one who isn't good enough, and it kills him, so he lashes out. His narcissism made him a terrible person, and his religion allowed him to be terrible to multiple women. Even with the kids, Kody expected them to grovel to him, using them as tools to control the moms. Him not speaking to Savannah was partly to get Janelle to talk to him again for Savannah's sake. Saying he didn't think Christine would leave with Truly was his way of holding on to her. His treatment of Mary and her having only one child was a way to punish her. These kinds of cults are poisonous, based on toxic masculinity and the idea that women must constantly appease men. Having many kids is more about making the man feel virile and manly than actually raising children. The wives are expected to cater to the husband and make him feel like a king. If the wives fight, it makes him feel more special, so he played them against each other. It's disgusting. A man who hurts his kids to hurt his wife is lower than a snake. That's likely why he chose that religion. His father told him he wasn't cut out for it, so as a young man he wanted sex, church praise/power, and to stick it to his dad. He grew up around it, and his ego must have been massive even then. His mother spearheaded the polygamy thing, blaming the women as men often do in that family. Wynn and Robyn's husband are cut from the same cloth. After having many children with the previous wife, Wynn wanted more attention. The rotten apple doesn't fall far from the rotten tree. Religion, not just the one he followed, empowers men like him to subjugate women. He can't handle being found wanting. His bitterness grows because he no longer has 4 wives and 18 kids fighting for his attention. Robyn and her kids fawn over him, but it isn't enough. He's deprived of his full audience and hates it. He wants to punish the ex-wives but can't touch Christine, so he uses Koyopass against Janelle and Miri. He blames the OG3 for why he didn't love them, never questioning why they left or why 13 kids had issues with him. If he saw a credible therapist, he might be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, and antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. He reminds me of people with these disorders who lose their ability to control others as they grow older, driving them mad as their targets become independent. He's becoming more bitter and horrendous without his ego being constantly propped up, and he hates the ex-wives for taking that from him. Robyn's devotion isn't enough for him. The fact Janelle left without telling him and Christine married someone else hit him hard because it proves he wasn't a good husband. Kody wanted a harem, but not one where the women and children were cared for. The OG3 had to manage their kids, earn money, and do everything while he moved around, getting his ego boosted. He wanted indentured servants who birthed and raised kids, gave him their money, footed their own bills, and obeyed him. Now the slaves have left, taken their resources, and demand their money, which he can't understand. He truly believes their job was to provide for him, and is outraged that they want their fair share. He is addicted to attention and wants to be worshipped. The big family allowed him to always be the center without investing deeply in anyone. As the family drifts away, he's left vulnerable. Kody values public image and the opinions of people not targeted by his abuse. He wanted church leaders and others to see him as a certain way, hiding how he treated his family. But as a reality TV star, the truth came out, and he's seen as a terrible person. This was inevitable. Janelle wanted a good father for her kids and a best friend with benefits. Kody used his relationship with the kids to keep her around. She was independent and didn't mind if he wasn't there. Christine wanted attention and acknowledgement. Kody accused her of being a bad sister wife because she wanted the family more than him. Mary wanted a take-charge husband and to top from the bottom. Robyn gave full submission and made her kids do the same, all for money. Kody wanted the original wives to do all the work so he could take credit. He disliked Janelle's independence and wanted Christine to beg for his attention. Mary did everything she could for his love, but it wasn't enough. He hates that even Mary stopped trying. Kody's father was very abusive growing up. Kody's abuse seems more psychological. Mary would probably still do anything to get back in his good graces. He cared about the wives leaving because he wanted to be with Robyn, but he didn't want any of them to leave due to money. He lashed out because he was losing the show paychecks and the control. Kody was conflicted about the original wives. They contributed money, but he wanted only Robyn. He was tired of polygamy, and coronavirus gave him an excuse to separate from the original family. Anything with Janelle staying is likely disingenuous and calculated for show drama. Robyn feeds his ego better than the others, and her kids do too, but she also makes him feel inferior, creating an us-against-them dynamic. Robyn is likely a narcissist too and may stay with him to avoid being a two-time divorcee. Kody's narcissism and ego have deepened as he ages. He can't impress women anymore. Bitterness has settled on his face. He would need someone less aware to be with him now. His book is full of lies and contradictions, and his ability to believe these stories is unsettling. Think spending a few hundred on doll clothes is normal? What about $40,000 a year? This is the wild obsession no one's talking about. Did anyone catch the news about Robyn's Etsy spending? Apparently, someone found her public Etsy profile and discovered she's dropped an unbelievable amount of money there, thousands upon thousands on doll-related items. I looked into it myself and saw that she's favorited over 230 Etsy shops, mostly selling doll-related products. Since I know someone who restores dolls, new hair, faces, even clothes, I was curious if Robyn had favorited her. Instead, I found something even stranger. One of the vendor thumbnails showed a quilt featuring Wyoming, but of course, spelled wrong as Yoming. Remember when Kody asked Mary to return shirts from their family quilt? People wondered if Robyn wanted to make her own version with Kody, rewriting family memories like a craft project gone wild. Seeing the misspelled Wyoming quilt was the cherry on top. But seriously, spending that much on dolls and their clothes is more than just quirky. The other wives likely realize something is off with Robyn, which could be why they don't push her harder. And Kody? It seems like he'd prefer her to stay home playing with dolls rather than deal with real people. Those kids definitely need help. Rumors have circulated for years about Robyn's mental health, with suggestions that Kody stays partly because he feels obligated and tries to keep things under wraps for appearances. The nanny's role? Probably to protect the children from the chaos. Her Etsy reviews and purchases make it clear Robyn is struggling. Collecting dolls isn't strange on its own. But combined with her erratic interviews, refusal to admit mistakes, financial troubles, on-camera lies, constant emotional outbursts, and her children's behavior, it points to a bigger problem. Is she mentally stuck in childhood? Possibly. Kody must know how much she's spent. For a man terrified of poverty, this spending spree is a disaster. The doll obsession goes beyond normal limits. Modest, Christ-centered doll clothes, dresses that supposedly give the dolls a waist, and shorts under dresses for modesty. Yes, for dolls. It's unsettling. Janelle must be fuming. She tried to be frugal for the family's sake, while Robyn spent tens of thousands on doll clothes. And Robyn claims she's better at budgeting than the others? That's laughable. Spending $300 on a doll dress, but neglecting child support should be grounds for removal from the show. In fact, those dolls are practically her new sister wives. At least she has someone to keep her company on the porch, front or back, who knows. Reports of her reviews showed she even bought matching dresses for dolls and their mothers, praising the Christ-centered Christmas dresses. It's beyond strange. I once met a woman obsessed with dolls. Her entire house was filled with them because she never had kids. That's one thing, but Robyn? She's neglecting real children to indulge this obsession. It's disturbing. Those doll clothes cost more than most people's own wardrobes. Some speculate they might be for her daughter, but who knows? Plus, since she left reviews publicly, everyone can see just how deep this rabbit hole goes. To be clear, the hobby itself isn't the issue. The problem is spending $40,000 a year, mostly from family funds, on doll clothes. That money could have helped other family members with mortgages or necessities. Robyn's doll obsession is just one symptom of a bigger problem. Add in the hoarding of art, figurines, kitchen gadgets, and more, and it's a picture of reckless spending and mental instability. In short, Robyn's spending habits are beyond bizarre, and Kody seems to be along for the ride. The dolls may be cute, but the situation is anything but. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.